Assalamu alaikum or hi everybody. It's just a greeting that says peace be upon you. So don't be afraid when someone says Assalamu alaikum. That's actually a very good way to greet someone, you know. It's just like namaste or ayubowan. Um, Anybody can use it. And the response should be walaikum salam. So if anybody can give me a comment, walaikum salam, in my channel or on my Facebook, I would be very, very appreciative. Um, as of now, currently, I am at it is 6:25 p.m. here in the Chicago area. I just got done praying Maghrib, which is the sunset prayer, and after that we have one last prayer, and then we call it a day. But why don't I have any light? Because I realized today, actually, that this is how I've been for the longest time in my life. I follow the natural rhythm of the earth's light. When the sun rises in the morning, I get the natural light, I get the solar light, and somewhere along the line of being having content, and I wouldn't call myself a content creator. I'm just, someone with a phone making videos, having my voice out there. Sometimes it's because I'm lonely. Most of the time, actually, it's because I've lost many friends throughout my journey to different circumstances. I met very good people along my journey, but because we're all from different backgrounds, everybody had to part ways. Some passed away, like my friend last month passed away. May Allah bless her soul. And everybody that sometimes people that I have not met even in this life, but I've heard of them, I've seen their story, have touched me so deeply and on a human level that I realize that sometimes I'm not alone. Even in the dark, I'm not alone. And Halloween to me is a reminder of that. I know you might be wondering why is this person who gives salam now talks about Halloween. Halloween is a very special time for me personally. Okay, some of you, I guess most Muslims might not agree, but for me, it is a time of where I remember my friends. I've had friends that are, spiritually very, very powerful, connect with me during the month of fall, autumn, specifically Halloween. I've been to Halloween gatherings in the past, but I've lost these friends. They've moved out of state, they've gotten different jobs, and they've also grown older. And some of them might have children now, some of them might be like me, no children, only um, furry children like Summer for me, and some have cats, some have squirrels, some have lizards and whatnot. But anyway, my point is, I see the unison of many things, and I always felt like I am the black sheep of the family. I have been feeling that way, especially because most of the time I don't even like turning on the light, even at my home. But my mom would be like, "Why don't you turn on the light? Why don't you turn on the light?" But for me, I think about energy. I think about I want to be as close to the natural rhythmical cycle of daylight and night light. So at night, when we slowly our bodies slow down, you know, I feel so relaxed. So when I on the light, let's say a fluorescent light or light bulb, it makes me feel as though my natural rhythm to fall asleep has been inhibited, right? So because I spend a lot of time with my mom and dad, I respect their right to have the lights on. But at this moment, my mom and dad is spending some time doing their own errands. So my mom is downstairs singing and catching up with her friends. My dad's outside doing a little bit of his workflow that he needs to get done. So I got a little quiet time to sit here and make a video, and I decided I will not turn on any light. And this simple act of not turning on any light helped me let go of my need to even look at the camera. So my eyes are focused away from the camera of the phone. So that is also liberating. Now I'm no longer conscious of how I look, what my expressions may look like, how people would perceive me. So it's actually a gift sometimes to be in the dark. Um, and also, it's also good to let go of that constant wanting to be seen, you know. I'm okay with not being seen. I'm okay with just being heard, once in a while. And even if I'm not heard or seen, I know I exist. I think that's the most important part. If I even exist in your life as a ghost, kind of like Casper, I hope you see me as Casper, the friendly ghost. I am wearing kind of like a white shirt right now. I don't know, you can see it. Um, so I remember when I was younger watching Casper, and I've before Summer and Lucky, I always believe in magic. I always believe in good magic, not bad ones. The ones that help us, give us superpowers to do good for the world. Um, Even the movie Home Alone, you know, what's his name when that, what's his name? I forgot. Please write in the comment the actor's name. The boy was home alone, but he was so brave home alone. You know, he knew he had to be there without siblings and his mom and dad, but he became very strong because of that one incident that they forgot, and they left him home during Christmas, and there was no way for them to come back. I know the family really loved him and wanted him along in that trip, but it happened that he was home alone, and he maintained that home. He protected that home from thieves, and he even played a prank on the thieves. So he was very smart, even though he was a young individual. So what I'm trying to say is, my inner child is very smart and very strong. I know that. But somewhere along my upbringing, that inner child was quieted by surroundings, by conditioning, by people trying to correct me on certain things. I don't mind if it's a good thing. I'm open to criticism. But as an adult now that I've raised Lucky and I've raised Summer, I can quite frankly tell you what's right and wrong. I can quite frankly pick between right and wrong. And for me, saving energy is the right thing to do. Not wasting resources is the right thing to do. Um, and maybe having less friends is also the right path for me now, because as I age, you know, I sometimes wonder, oh, I don't have as many friends, I don't have as many people in my life like I used to. But maybe it's a blessing in itself that I am conserving energy, that I have less worries to give to people, that I have less um, troubles to think about, because essentially I am an empath. So I think a lot. When people have troubles, I think and I ruminate a lot about their worries, and I try to think of a solution. But I've realized when I do that back to back to back, it ends up backbiting me and harming me physically and spiritually and mentally. So the best way for me to rejuvenate is follow the natural rhythms of the earth. So now, by me not even bothering to look at the screen, just looking away and just talking to nothingness. I'm actually, while recording this, close to the phone, but I'm actually looking out my window now. There's still some light out, even though it's not reflected to the camera. There is a beautiful airplane flying across the sky, and then there's a tree turning slowly. It's turning yellowish red, and the wall and the next building across from my parents, it's turning the leaves that have covered the building. It's actually beautiful when the leaves cover the building. So the leaves naturally have covered the building, and it's from green it has turned red. I was noticing that this entire time, and noticing things like that, and um, I don't know, just talking about the view outside my window brings me peace, brings me calmness. And I wish I had someone to share this moment with, which is why I'm putting this out there. I hope by me being out here more on social media that it'll connect me with like-minded people. Like I said, I am a minority wherever I went, even in the country that I was born, Sri Lanka, was a minority. You know, throughout my travels, I never felt like I was part of a bigger group. I was always just this one odd kid. And I guess that's what made me to who I am today. So maybe that's why my channel is also just as small as it is, and it never picks up traction because I don't have something that caters to the mass media, and I've never wanted that clout. Never seek that. I guess it's not natural for me to seek that. So there was a time I tried the ring light. I think it was like 3 years ago when the ring light, the selfie ring light came out. I tried it. And now that I think about the ring light, the ring, isn't that a creepy movie called The Ring? Is it part of a plan to get us to be self-obsessed and self-absorbed in ourselves, that we were given the ring light to be just thinking about us and no one else, as if we are the only ones who can be on earth, right? Sometimes, so I invite you in this month of Halloween, which is a blessed, time, you know, in South America as well. The Day of the Dead is remembering. So let's think about those who are buried, those who have lost their lives. I think about Lucky. She's still, in my heart. I think about many people who have unjustly just gone, and some of them passed because it's the end of their life, like Lucky. But let's think about how we can remember them, how we can honor them, and how we can heal ourselves through the messages that they have left us behind with. My dream is to find a quiet place where I can spend the rest of my short life with Summer. That's my simplest dream. Even if I remain a ghost, that's okay. Um, Even if I'm not seen, even if I'm only seen during the day for a little bit, that's okay. Um, Even my voice is slowly fading into the darkness, and I'm okay with that. I just want companionship, and I found that companionship with Summer. I just wish human beings would allow me time to be my authentic, thriving self, and to allow support so I can be that for the world. One of the things, if you ask me what I would like, is support. I wish more people would like show me support in simplest ways, you know. Um, in simplest ways, I don't need much. I just need a peaceful life, a small home. Yes, I would love a small home with summer. Just for the two of us, just the two of us, like that song from what's his name? Oh, I remember that song. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. That's Men in Black. The actor is, what's his name? I keep forgetting. Will Smith. Yes, I remember when Fresh Prince of Bel Air, that show used to play, and at the same time, Friends used to play. Friends is also a beautiful sitcom. What a beautiful time. Life was simple. Um, Nowadays, I can't catch up. There's so many things going on at one time, which is why I thought I'll just do my own thing and I'll just replay my own memories. At least it'll keep me safe in my own sacred space. Even if it means for the end of till the end of my life, all I do is talk by myself. I will do that to survive. I mean, I have to keep myself going. And if there's no one else to talk me through this life, I will have to be the one to talk myself through this life. And it's not easy having elderly parents who don't completely understand your struggles. Like they love, but they don't completely get me. Let me tell you that much. They don't get it. They don't get it what it's like to be me. They don't get it that I like quiet moments. Um, there's normally a lot of chatter in my household, and I respect that. But I am ready to live in a space where there is not much chatter. I just want summer and I to enjoy our walks, come back home, maybe just play some guitar, you know. Um, there's a lovely coloring book by Johanna. What's her name? Johanna. She's a famous color book person, Johanna something. So I have two of her coloring books. I still haven't finished coloring those books. Those books bring me a lot of peace when I color them. Even when I was younger, art class was very therapeutic. I had an art teacher who was very kind to me during a difficult time in my life. Um, when my parents were struggling financially, and we still do, but at least it doesn't affect me as much anymore because I've grown up. But art, when I go to that art class, I felt like all those worries went away. So I would like to get our own quiet space so I can do art with summer. And you know as much as I put myself aside, I think I need to nurture my inner child. There is an inner child within me that's hurt and afraid and want to try creative things but were inhibited due to, not just family but like societal, cultural, and also certain limitations. The only thing that is sad in today's world, we need something called money to like find that space for us. um so I, I don't even want much, but I'm gonna continue making just enough Inshallah, I hope I have the strength within me to make just enough halal, not haram, halal money so I can pay rent, find a small secluded space, even if it's a studio or a one bedroom, where me and Summer can just be children in our own little space where we can cook our own food. Like I like cooking for Summer. You all have seen in my own old video, I make nuggets, I make salad, you know. If you ask me, we had this lovely space, but we took the advice of our elderly and let go of that space because they criticized the space. But today I regret letting go of that space. We 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 are naive, you know. When people say, "Oh, this place is dark and it's secluded, maybe you shouldn't live there," we let go of that space. Today we don't have that space, so now we have to look for a new place. Slowly you'll understand our journey. But when days are hard, I remember we'll get some rest and tomorrow hopefully will be better. Dr. Seuss is also a good reminder, and also Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh had really good um, quotes, you know, when times were hard with Lucky and I had no words, I just looked up Winnie the Pooh's quotes and remembered my good imaginary friends who taught me to survive and be strong for another day so we can try again tomorrow the things that were left behind today. Okay, everybody, good night.